Hey guys, Bardia S1 here, and today's discussion is ranking every Mortal Kombat live action. Before anything else, make sure to subscribe my channel for more content like this. As you all know, Mortal Kombat is my favorite video game franchise of all time. And originally, I supposed to make this video on 22-year anniversary of Mortal Kombat, but for some issues, I delayed this video until now, and here we are. And remember, I only rank live action projects, not the animated ones. I will make animated projects in a near future, so let's rank the live actions. Number 7. Mortal Kombat Rebirth. For 99.5%, you never heard of it, and if you didn't, I'm glad that you didn't. Rebirth is not only the worst Mortal Kombat live action, it's also one of the worst things that happened to whole franchise. This 7-minute short film, released on 2009 or 2010, I don't know, around the time of Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight, and the topic of realism has influenced the creators of this project. Imagine a fictional universe that Mortal Kombat is no longer a tournament that is created by the Elder Gods to keep peace between the realms. Now it becomes an underground tournament between some serial killers and antisocial freaks, and some of the worst changes to some iconic characters of Mortal Kombat. For example, Reptile is no longer a reptiloid from the Terran race. He's just a regular dude from Africa who deals with some skin disease and obsessed with cannibalism. Another example is Baraka. He is no longer a savage from Tarkatan race. He is just a failed plastic surgeon who finished off Johnny Cage in the first half of the movie. And also, Jax and Sonya are some random police officers instead of being a special forces agents. Everything about this project is bad. I mean it. Just look at the Sub-Zero concept art. It's more like a mixture of Bane and Killer Croc, and I'm glad that this movie has been scrapped. Number 6. Mortal Kombat Legacy Season 2. I will talk about Season 1 later in this video, but for those who don't know, Mortal Kombat Legacy is a web series by Machinima and Warner Brothers. And second season have a situation like Rebirth. Besides few good points, Mortal Kombat Legacy Season 2 is a pure garbage. And you know why? Because both series has been written and directed by same person. If I tell you that Liu Kang is an evil douchebag who turned into the dark side and joined Shang Tsung because his girlfriend got killed off, would you believe it? Of course not, unless you see it. My main problem is I'm not against different takes or some different storytelling. It's a smart move in my opinion, but my problem with this situation is changing whole identity of a character. Liu Kang is a symbol of hope, and imagine someone starting Mortal Kombat lore with this project. And everything about this series is bad, especially when Kuai Liang is the Sub-Zero who got finished by a scorpion instead of Bi-Han. Or Sento is created by Shao Kahn and he put the sword on the Earth realm. The only thing I like about Season 2 is Kung Lao getting some love. I know they changed his role with Liu Kang, but if you see in recent projects, he getting finished time after time. But in Mortal Kombat Legacy Season 2, finally, he got some love. I'm also glad WB cancelled this piece of trash after 2 seasons. Number 5. Mortal Kombat 2021. Before the release in 2021, I had a whole lot of hype and a high hope for this one. But guess what? I watched one of the most nonsense Mortal Kombat stories of all time. 2021 was one of the amazing years for movies like Zack Snyder's Justice League, James Gunn's Suicide Squad, Spider-Man No Way Home, and compare all of those three with 2021 Mortal Kombat. My first main problem is Kul Yun. the newest Mortal Kombat fighter, exclusively to this movie. So here's a recap. He is a less popular MMA fighter who can barely fight in an octagon cage. In training session with Earthrealm warriors, he is useless as Mortal Kombat Elder Gods. After all of this, Raiden kicked him out, and guess what? During his battle with Goro, his Arcana suddenly got activated, and without any kind of training and without any type of knowledge, he easily defeated Goro. And after all, I owe an apology to Husohao, Dramin, Mocap, because after the debut of Ku Yang, they are no longer the worst Mortal Kombat characters. And speaking of Arcana, one of the lamest excuse in Mortal Kombat history, or worse than Sindel's retcon in Mortal Kombat 11. And why they can't use technology for Jax or Kano and Sonya, and you replace this technology with Arcana. And I don't remember Special Forces base is in Widow Village type house, and why there is no chemistry between Liu Kang and Kung Lao, and many bigger problems. The only good things about this movie are acting of Joe Taslim as Sub-Zero, Hiroyuki Sanada as a Scorpion, and Josh Lawson as Kano, and an okay utilizing of CGI. And dear Warner Brothers, please scrap any sequel to this movie and let me make an Mortal Kombat cinematic universe, and I promise you to drew billions of dollars with it. Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I know most of you will get mad at me because I put Mortal Kombat Annihilation higher than Mortal Kombat Legacy Season 2 or Mortal Kombat 2021 reboots. But the truth is, you can feel nostalgia in Mortal Kombat Annihilation, or at least you can laugh with it, or at least it's good as a campy movie. I don't know why 97 was the year of campy movies. First was Joel Schumacher's Batman and Robin, and now this. Let's talk about positive ones first. Robin Shou as Liu Kang had an amazing performance. The costume design was decent, and don't forget, Mortal Kombat Annihilation gave us one of the greatest action sequences between Sub-Zero and Scorpion. But the main question is, why this project is hated, especially in Mortal Kombat community, and a complete failure in critics' point of view? Well, the director has been changed, so does the script. And after that, most of 95 Mortal Kombat movie cast left the project and got replaced by the cheap copy of them. Beside a horrible script, Mortal Kombat Annihilation had a goofy CGI type and make everything funnier. And most important is performances. And I hope you didn't forget this Sindel infamous scene.
Too bad you will die.
In overall, it's not that bad in terms of writing, but the way the actor delivered the dialogue is horrible. And they even didn't get the characters right. Raiden and Shao Kahn are brothers, and Shinnok is their father. So does that mean Kronika is their grandma, Cetrion is their auntie, and Fujin, the real sibling of Raiden, is also Shao's brother? Mortal Kombat Legacy Season 1. Between all of these projects, this is the first decent Mortal Kombat live action project. I don't mean it's flawless or perfect. Mortal Kombat Legacy still deals with some big challenges, but at least they did something right. Like this season shows some of the greatest origin stories in Mortal Kombat history. Like origin of Hanzo Hasashi, aka Scorpion, that also had an influence on the Scorpion storyline in Mortal Kombat X and Mortal Kombat 11. And wow, it was emotional and epic at the same time. And I like the idea of how they made Kitana and Melina relationship deeper in an animated form, cause the live action part CGI was terrible, but I don't mind it cause this project didn't get enough budget. And I never had a big expectation cause it's a web series after all. But I guess they spent 90% of budgets for Cyberlink Way episode, cause it looks amazing in every way possible. We saw how Cyrax and Sector transformation from humans to ruthless killing machines, and also the return of Hydro, the most underrated ninja in Mortal Kombat history, as a cybernetic hybrid. Besides some decent stories, we also had some of the worst stories, like Raiden accidentally arrives in an asylum and he gets locked up. When he got handcuffed as a god of thunder, he can't teleport and go away. Or Johnny Cage is a jerk cause he is a failed actor. Don't get me wrong, I like the concept of Cage as a failed actor, but he is an asshole. I mean, this isn't the true nature of Johnny Cage. Number 2, Mortal Kombat Conquest. I think most of you don't know about this show and you get it wrong with Conquest mode of 3D era Mortal Kombat games, but no. This underrated TV show has been aired on 98 in a one season with 22 episodes and is a prequel to 95 Mortal Kombat movie. I'm a big fan of Mortal Kombat theme and dark fantasy theme combined, and all I wanna say is one thing that I like the most is the world building, and the environment always reminds me of Mortal Kombat Deception Conquest, especially the Outworld. And let's talk about story and characters. Story takes place after the victory of Kung Lao against Shang Tsung, and he's preparing the next generation of fighters for the next Mortal Kombat tournaments. And one thing that wasn't interesting in the first place was this version of Kung Lao, his combination of Kung Lao and his ancestor, the Great Kung Lao. But after watching it, this show proved me wrong, and I actually enjoyed the arc of Kung Lao, and also this show introduced us to some new characters, Zero and Taja, replacements for Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade, and a Wonder Woman inspired character, Warpax. And it's a shame that these fighters never appeared in any Mortal Kombat video game. And I also noticed a parallel between Kung Lao, Zero and Taja, with Liu Kang, Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade, and I fall in love with these little details. And another point is, we got to know more about Shao Kahn and Shang Tsung. This project has gave us the best live action Shao Kahn, Shang Tsung relationship with his master and lover, and forming deadly alliance with Quan Chi is perfect and memorable. The only negative is this show has too much content and some underrated characters got overshadowed. Mortal Kombat 95. It was predictable that 95 Mortal Kombat is going to be first. And in my opinion, this movie deserved this rank. The first reason is the influence on whole franchise. The biggest example is Techno Syndrome OST. If anyone talks about the whole franchise, one of the first things that occur to their mind is the OST and some legendary lines like "Your soul is mine" by Shang Tsung. And speaking of characters, and the legendary cast make this movie more memorable, like Christopher Lambert as Raiden, Robin Shou as Liu Kang, Lyndon Ashby as Johnny Cage, and most important, Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa as Shang Tsung. Beside the impact on whole franchise, it has a major influence on whole video game adaptation movies, cause before the release of 95 Mortal Kombat, nobody had balls to do some video game live action adaptation. But Paul W.S. Anderson and New Line Cinema risk it all, and they succeed. Also, this movie had an amazing fight sequences and mixed all of this with some EDM and techno type music, and they made a masterpiece out of this. So, what's your opinion? If you like this video, leave on comments.